Hello, 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 and welcome to Citizens of the Upland Action News. We are live. We are live. It is Monday, April 26th, and I am standing in as a host for my brother with the most, Brother Left House. I am Emmett E. Left, and I'm joined by a slew of guest hosts for the day. Let's go down the line here. And let's start with my man, the Doc.
Hi guys, Metaforce Monday and week. May the Metaforce be with all of us today. I'm excited about it. Can't wait for the launch that is coming in a few days. It's all coming up together. It's great. How is everybody doing today?
Feeling good. How about you, Mars? How you feeling for the start of Metaforce week here?
Oh, feeling fantastic. Awfully forceful. I'm excited to be here. Glad we got this thing off the ground with our man Left just partying it up like the rock star that he is. So kudos to you and star-studded cast as you said. So excited for a huge week. Got my good buddy Bonds from our planet in the house as well. So I'll toss it over to him and say what's up.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be on the Upland Action News. I've been following your guys' project for a long time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think the only appearance was on the very ambitious Coast to Coast Christmas special. So this
that's right. Yep.
First appearance on the actual news.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, man. Happy to have you. Definitely excited to talk to you. And then we got our man Uplando is in the house.
What's up, guys? Just for all of you guys that are looking out there, Zach Parker, Vish, Keller, Powerpole. That's a great new name, Powerpole. I love that name. If you don't see Left right now, it does look like he's been thrown off the top turnbuckle. So he is definitely having some fun in Vegas. And who doesn't like to say Bonds? That's a great name. That's just fun to say. So I'm so happy to be here. And if you guys haven't checked out Metaforce, wax.atomichub.io. You've got to check this out. 80K Original has thrown down some amazing art. I've got my wax stacked so I can buy some packs. I cannot wait to start ripping things open, putting things together. Let's flash it back to the rest of the guys and tell us what you have going on. This is Metaforce Week. I'm so excited.
Yes. And look who decided to join. The man himself, Left House, is in the house.
You can refer to me as Kitty today.
Hello, Kitty.
That is my Vegas name. I go by Kitty.
They got you on
like
stage
the dog pound on our city hall. I'm just in the background today. I had food poisoning. I'm barely alive. Vegas is a great place to be. I'm just here monitoring. Don't mind Kitty.
Oh man, well we're happy to have you, Kitty. The stage name is amazing.
Sounds like he doesn't trust us, Emmett. Sounds like he doesn't trust us.
Oh no, I trust you. I'll chime in. I just probably sound like I'm talking through a tin can or whatnot. I'm on my old laptop. It's terrible. So but I'm here to support.
Yeah, it sounds like there might be some yarn involved in that connection.
Yeah, indeed.
Amazing.
Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button.
Ah, yes. Very true, Doc. That's very true.
Yeah,
Usually that's a reminder.
Yeah, and before we dive into the world of NFTs, we got, since we do have the full crew of the Fight Report MMA in the house, what a night that was on Saturday. Holy cow, I almost threw up once. Did you catch Chris Weidman's leg turning into
Oh my God, that was the grossest voodoo thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean,
and the fact that happened to him after Anderson, it was like 80K and I were in shock.
Yeah.
And I predicted the final two fights within 10 seconds of it happening somehow. So I got to get to Vegas myself, I think.
Spoiler alert, everybody, just spoiler alert.
Man, that was insane, though. Yeah. Hard to watch, dude.
The reason the UFC was on my brain as well was if you caught the Joe Rogan Experience this week, he had Action Bronson, the amazing hip hop performer and the host of Fuck That's Delicious on Vice TV, the cooking show. So, they actually got into talking some NFTs with about 35 minutes left in the episode, and neither one of them know what they're talking about, but it's a very hilarious exchange. So if anybody's looking for some entertainment, I would go check that one out too.
Yeah, that's exciting. I saw that Eminem also is jumping in the NFT game over the weekend. Anybody see that?
Yes, yeah, Action Bronson. One of the lines he dropped was, I don't understand it, but I know I have about 85 things in my phone I can sell to somebody right now.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw today. Just today, it was announced. I think Reebok launched like a viral NFT set on Wax. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. It was pretty big news. I don't know why it wasn't. I hadn't even heard of it before today, and it's there was. I guess they were giving those away for free. There was like claims on those virtual Reebok sneakers, and I think they're selling for like a ton of money already right off the bat. Like they launched, they were super limited in supply. And it's just great to see another super major mainstream brand, choosing Wax to launch their NFTs on,
That is super
weird.
cool.
I didn't catch that one. You guys think that that's because they lost the UFC fight kit deal? Now they're
Got to recover some of that money.
Yeah.
Man, that was a really good tie-in.
Let's straight into it.
We're getting some feedback, Emmett, on your mic, on some air on your mic. I also want everybody to know, I mean, as Bond said, the Reebok drop on the NFTs. I'm waiting for the Walmart tracks, NFT drops. That's what
I heard some rumors about Adidas could be getting into the game as well soon. I saw somebody posted like walking down the street. I don't know what city they were in, but they were like walking down the street past some wheat paste art, and it was a DJ Premier wheat paste like promo for his new project coming up. And this dude's got his phone up to it, showing like all sorts of crazy augmented reality artwork and really cool stuff. So I was happy to see that.
Wow, nice. Yeah, I'll be excited to have Adidas on board. As you know, I'm unofficially sponsored by my spirit animal, Kanye West. I'm not sure if he knows it or not, but the Zebra Yeezy's make an appearance in the UPX podcast, and as anyone who watches the show knows, Left House and I were getting actually stalked around the Upland map in Manhattan by an Upland player named Kanye West. So it's been pretty odd. So hopefully Adidas comes on Wax and they can officially sponsor me.
I could see that.
I mean,
what comes after Adidas normally? Abibas, the knuckles.
The fake
And you're gonna
logo.
have it for sure.
We'll put out the Metaforce gear with 4 stripes.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But so we got everybody in the house. We're definitely gonna shill some Metaforce here, and hopefully we got some giveaways. I did just mint a brand new Metaforce backstory adjacent creation on Red Planet today. Not officially Metaforce, but we'll be giving that out to the people throughout the week as well. So we'll show that to you at some point. But I know also before that we've got the Our Planet land sale coming up. So you want to fill us in on some of that stuff you guys got going on?
Yeah, man. So we have our second land sale coming up. It's actually just before your guys' launch, so it's going to be a big week for launches this week on Wax, as it seems to be every week now. There's so much stuff coming out. It's actually amazing to see all these projects. Wax is like blowing up right now, and yeah, of course, Ether, Our Planet, and the NFTs that we've been launching. It's kind of crazy to see all this growth that's been happening. But so the second land sale coming up this week, we actually took a snapshot of the blockchain to determine who was going to be on the whitelist for that sale. So it's kind of something that we started doing.
Was I on that whitelist?
If you've crafted items in the generator, at least 2 items, you're on it. So you'll be guaranteed a slot of land, which is it's actually, as far as I know, we're the first team to really do that. We're basically making sure that obviously we're trying to eliminate as much botting as possible, but also just like try to weed out the flippers, like people who are only interested in showing up and buying our pack just to sell it on the secondary market, because obviously after the first sale, we saw that the demand was ridiculous. The secondary market sales were like blew up. And so we're like, okay, we want to weed it down even further. We want to really reward our players. And there was a lot of our players that were, sort of our original crew of people who have been supporting us from the beginning who actually missed out on that sale. And so we put a lot of thought into like, well, how can we really reward our core players? And so we decided to make a whitelist of all the active players. We gave everyone a ton of advance notice. We basically said in our chat over and over, if you're an active player, you will be on the whitelist. And so we never quite defined what active meant because, of course, if we had spelled out, and this is what a lot of people are upset, oh, you should have told us. Well, it's like, yeah, well, if we told you, then all the people who were just trying to flip would have came in and done 2 crafts specifically so they could have got the land, and then they would have flipped it. And that was exactly what we were trying to avoid. We wanted to actually reward the people who were already there using the generator, playing the game, quote unquote, because that's really who we wanted to reward. And so we took the top 3,000 players. They'll all almost be basically guaranteed a pack because there's 3,000 packs. We whitelisted 3,000 players. I don't think it's ever really been done before, at least none of the other games that I know of or none of the other pack drops where they specifically structured the sale around rewarding their users and basically guaranteed all the active users to be able to have a slot at the land sale. And we rewarded our top 1,000 most active players, which was honestly, you didn't have to be that active. I think we figured it out that if you had just made one like high level material like the atom bomb or like some of these other like ones that are like 67 different elements to create it, like you were going to be guaranteed to be on the top 1,000 whitelist, which guaranteed you to both sales, which is the small land pack and the dual land pack. So theoretically, if you're just a regular player of our game, you're now guaranteed to get at least three pieces of land in the sale. To everyone who missed out, I would say there's going to be more land sales. Take this as advice of how to be included in the land sales. And if you want to be in on our sales in the future, just, become part of the community, play the game, and actually use the generator and put some of that ether back into the game and actually use it for its intended purpose, which is to run the generator and come up with NFTs, which is fun and rewarding. And you'll be able to stake those NFTs and get more ether. So it's a win-win,
Super
Yeah,
cool.
very cool.
People, what about the people that they're just staking there? Are they
Yeah,
considered as a part of the game or not? So
we kind of separate the staking, the people who are just staking and getting rewards from playing the game. There's sort of 2 different systems. We kind of have the staking side of the platform, which is sort of how we get people in the door, right? And we're rewarding all these different communities. All around the Wax ecosystem. They can come stake NFTs from all these different projects, and they're sort of reaping the rewards, and there's no obligation to them to spend that ether. People, as many people have done, they just stake NFTs, claim that ether, and sell it on the market. It's a free market. It's your property. You're free to do with your ether as you would like. Having said that, we kind of separate that from the actual game, which kind of started as the animals are escaping Earth. They're on a spaceship. While they're on their way to the R planet, they're using the generator to create all these elements that they're going to need for the R planet. And so that's what we really consider playing the game, is the people who are taking that ether and then going into the generator aspect of the game and actually crafting elements and making NFTs. And because that's sort of that's sort of how the game's moving forward, right? And so we don't actually consider the stakers as players. They're actually already getting a reward for doing nothing other than staking. So they're already sort of rewarded, and then the people that are actually playing the game, they're now rewarded even further by getting the privilege to take part in the sales and be part of then getting more passive income, because obviously the land also provides passive income. So not only are the stakers able to basically, collect ether, which is essentially passive income if they choose, people who are actually playing the game now have, the option to be getting into the whole next phase of the game, which gives a whole nother source of passive income.
Yeah, I got caught on that one. I gotta say, I'm not a deep Our Planet player because I've been hoarding my ether to upgrade the one piece of land that I've gotten, and also your daughter has not taught me how to craft elements in Telegram well enough. So she was supposed to hook me up with that. So we gotta hang out.
Right.
I'm still learning myself.
I'm just grabbing some questions from the audience. So one is saying that he bought from the initial pack sales. So he bought everything until now, and then he's excluded. So why should he not be part of the game as he's an early supporter?
Yeah,
I'm one of those people
Weird
too.
question, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, and that's a totally valid point, because a lot of people say, hey, we've actually been supporting Our Planet by buying Our Planet NFTs, you know. And for those people, I would say that any of those Our Planet NFTs that you bought are literally income generating machines, right? So you're already getting rewarded. You're investing in our project, and you're getting rewarded right off the bat, whether it was land or rigs. You're literally earning from those NFTs, right? Which is more than, you know, most 99% of the other you know, collectibles or, you know, NFTs that are available on Wax. When you're supporting those projects, when you buy those NFTs, you're getting nothing other than you own that artwork, you know. And so we think, you know, people that are supporting us, we do appreciate that, of course, and for that they're already being rewarded. And of course, we wish if we could sort that out and just reward those people too, we probably would like to do that. It's not a matter of not trying to let those people on the wait list. It's a matter of you know, just staking in general, though. You know, we have no way to sort out, you know, all those, you know, there's so many people who are coming and just staking, maybe even other projects who've never taken part in any of our actual pack sales. And so, you know, and we made it pretty clear. And so to anybody who was, you know, who missed out, like I said, you know, we've been saying, hey, sorry, you know, we've given lots of warning in our chats and said, and even made it clear that staking is not playing the game. And for anybody who wanted to be part of the next phase of the game, which is the whole land, mining these minerals, you're going to be building these robots, you're going to be fighting robots, you're going to be able to try to take other people's land, you're going to be able to battle for land. There's this whole other part of the game that's coming. And of course, the people that we want to have those lands are you know, the people who are interested in playing the game. The people who have already been playing the game are probably the people who will continue playing the game into the next phase. So we want those people to get those lands. And like I said, the barrier to entry was actually super low. We figured it out that it was like 65 wax. Even if someone wasn't staking and they just wanted to guarantee themselves on the whitelist, all they had to do was you know, come up with 80,000 ether and buy, you know, 8 basic elements and make, you know, use the craft twice, you know, use the generator twice to craft 2 basic elements. That would have guaranteed you a slot in the land sale, which, you know, it's like for that $11 investment, you're basically guaranteeing yourself you know, a piece of land, which is, you know, going by the first land sale, they're worth like, you know, in the many hundreds of dollars. Let's just say that. And of course, there's no guarantee what any of the future land will be worth. I'm just kind of pointing out that anybody who really cared about owning the piece of land and who were following our Telegram literally could have guaranteed themselves a piece of land for like around $10 worth of ether, which of course could have been, you know, you could have got that for free just by staking NFTs. So of course, it's like we made the barrier of entry basically as low as we could without making it one use of the generator. So we defined active as more than one, right? If you use the generator one time, that means you've tried the game. But we kind of made it just one step above that and said, okay, we want you to have at least tried it twice. That qualified you as an active player. And we think that was like basically a super low barrier to entry, and it included basically everybody who's kind of got skin in the game, who's been trying to play, and I think it was probably the most fair way we could have possibly done it.
I have a question. I've been seeing recently like the ability to invent an element. How do you do that? How do you go about that? Do you just have to like throw and see what happens?
So man, okay, so you know what? I've been playing the game since day one. I wasted 25 million ether trying to invent some items on the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And I just recently invented for my first item cannabis, which was right up my alley. I decided early on that was the one. I was like, if I want to invent one thing, it was actually glass. I really wanted to invent. I'm actually a glass bar. I don't know if you guys know that, but I work with glass in my IRL job, and I wanted to invent glass and I missed it by hours. I was basically just lazy and missed it. And so I decided after that, I was like, man, I'm going to invent cannabis. And I kept being worried that someone was going to invent it before me, before I had enough ether saved up, because yeah, it costs a lot to kind of throw elements into the generator. But dude, I'll just straight up explain it. It's like I just used common sense and logic. This is I don't know if you guys can see this, but I literally took this oh man, it's like the lighting is really bad. I took I just took all the other plants. It was like carrot, grass, cabbage, tree, right? They all use some combination of earth, water, rain, plant, and sun. And I just sat and used, and okay, there's just like Left Out, you were about to point out that there's a tool, you know, there's fan-made tools, right? So like this dude, shout out to Pigwig, shout out to Ivan, shout out to these guys who made these community tools where basically you can enter the ingredients into the generator and see whether or not it's been tried already.
Yeah.
So instead of just throwing,
you need that sheet to play. I feel like you can't play.
yeah. So of course, right? So it's like you want to know, you need to know the ingredients that have already been tried, right? Because or the recipes that have been tried. If you want to just craft NFTs, right? So and we tell all the new players that too. We don't want players to just show up their first day, throw elements in the generator, you know, get the pig telling them, sorry, you failed. And then they have a sour taste in their mouth because they're like, well, what happened? What's up with this game? And it's like, we tell everybody, look, all the recipes that are known, like they're on the blockchain. And luckily we have a community of people that are smart enough to literally pull that data and compile it so that anybody who doesn't want to waste their elements can literally just look up all the known recipes. And even a step further, you can look up which ones are still producing NFTs. So you can guarantee yourself an NFT by just looking up the recipe, making sure you have the correct elements, and crafting an element that will still produce an NFT.
So then after you've created cannabis, then there's like 600 people that can get the NFT after you've created it, right?
Exactly.
And then after that, the NFT goes away. As the game gets more popular and more people come, do you think that number will increase, or no, it'll always stay at that 600?
So yeah, as of right now, the first series, it's only 600 of every element, right, that could be created. And yeah, as you see now, and of course that's public information too. So it's like, I created that cannabis. Of course, everyone who's paying attention, everyone who was in the chat room knew it was created. And of course, there's this mad rush, right? Everyone then knows there's now 599 of these things left. Anybody who's paying attention right then can log on. There might even still be some left today. I mean, that was like 5 days ago, but just today, something was invented. There was a few things actually today. There was a flurry of inventions, and of course, every time there's an invention, there's like a spike in ether price because people who don't have enough ether to make that invention will just go buy it off the market. So today, I know rainbow was one of the things that was invented. There's a few things invented today, and of course, once that invention is made, it's automatically updated to the blockchain. It's automatically updated on all these cheat sheets and the community made tools, and you can just use the tool, look it up, see what the recipe is, and go ahead and create that element and be one of the first 600. Getting back to what you were asking about the inventor's prize, right? So like, yeah, some of the inventions, they're really hard and some of them are really expensive, right? Whereas like, some of them are pretty logical and it's just a matter of trying the right combinations. So like with cannabis, I took all the known recipes that were known for all the other plant-based things, carrot, cabbage, tree, grass, whatever, and basically just started figuring out different combinations of all those same things. I figured it had to be that the recipe had to be some combination of those, and I was also pretty convinced it had sun in it. And I basically just like went through and then using that generator tool, like we were just talking about, I realized that almost all these different combinations have been tried already. And then the ones that haven't been tried, I just made a list of them all. And then I just started going through that list, trying every one. And yeah, I was wasting ether as I was trying them. But I was pretty convinced that by the time I got through that list, and if I hadn't got it, I would have went back to the drawing board and I would have really just tried to figure out where I messed up and what I was missing. But yeah, after maybe 4 or 5 expensive tries, throwing maybe like a few million ether into the fire, I came up with it, and it's a huge rush. And so when you get that inventor prize, not only do you get the pack, which when you open it, you're guaranteed basically the #1 min. You get this inventor's prize, which is equal to the mythic value of any element, right? So these inventor prizes that are coming out now, some of them are like paying like obscene amounts of ether, right? But of course they take, you're going out on a limb trying to invent this thing. You're like, in some cases, throwing millions and millions of ether into the fire, trying to be the inventor of this, new element. Whereas if you get it, high risk, high reward, right? So with that risk comes, the high reward of that inventor's prize. And there's also a wax prize that you actually get too. You get like the fee that is paid each time. For every attempt, there's a small wax fee, and that wax fee doesn't actually go to the team. It goes into a pool, which is paid out to the next new inventor. So as of right now, it's like somewhere around 500 wax that gets paid out to the inventor. And like I said, you get that inventor prize, which some of them, like I swear I've seen some inventor prizes that were paying something like 60,000 ether per hour and 70,000. They're like really high, which is like
definitely a no guts, no glory system.
Yeah, exactly.
But you mentioned fire. Is the ether burned that you use in the generator? It's a good question.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Yes, basically it's retired. Yeah. So I mean, it goes to an account. There's a few different accounts. Of course, it's all public and it's on the blockchain. But yeah, all that ether is actually going into one of the Our Planet accounts, and you can view how much and it's stacking every day. It's something like 50 million.
It's getting out of the circulation. That's the main point.
Yes, exactly. And it's in the multiple billions. I think it's up to 50 billion or something. That is, I mean, there's a lot of ether that's going into that every single day. As you can imagine, a lot of these recipes take millions.
Because
of ether
that makes
each.
a lot of sense with the tokenomics behind ether, because you have like 10 trillion out there, and if you burn a lot, that makes the price go high. That's the idea behind it. But
sure.
The second question is, you mentioned that for somebody to be eligible to get a pack, he needs to use the generator. Is that to create and make an element, or just try the generator? Because, for example, myself, I did try in the beginning of the game a couple of times. I didn't get any. And then I said, okay, I'm not doing anymore. I tried to get whitelisted. I didn't get whitelisted. So,
oh man,
yeah,
that is a bummer.
And I thought, okay, I used it. I've already burned, ether, and I tried the game. I didn't get any elements out of it. So that's the question. Do you need to have the trick is to have an elements made, or just use the generator?
Yeah, and that's a really good point, and that's why we really try to stress to the new people to use the recipe guide, so that people know so that they aren't just basically doing what you did and what you did. And believe me, I'm super sympathetic to that, because literally on the first day, I think I spent 25 million ether, which at today's wax prices is probably
a lot more than
obscene.
that.
It's obscene. It's an obscene amount of money. So at the very beginning, I was doing the same thing, right? And the problem with that is I think there's been in the tens of thousands of people. It's in the many thousands of people that tried the generator and failed, and so we really wanted to, it would have been impossible, in other words, to just include everyone who tried it once and fails, because there's only 3,000 land packs. So we had to basically choose, and the metric that we chose was, you had to craft two successful elements. So another interesting point about that is you've been there since the beginning, and we were very conscious of exactly what happened to you, that we don't want that to basically happen to people and going forward. So when we released the game, there was only maybe 30 or 40 elements that you could create. And there was at a point, maybe 6 weeks ago or so, or a couple months ago, we released the whole new set of elements, right, that people could create. And one of the elements that we released was garbage, right, which is kind of a joke. It's kind of a joke, but the recipe for garbage is earth, fire, air, and water, right? Which was the most common thing that people try, because people who didn't understand the game day one, they came in and they would just instinctively, for some reason, everybody tried to put in one air, one fire, one earth, and one water, right? And it produced nothing. And people were upset, right? They're like, "Oh, what happened? I bought the 4 elements and I put them in the generator. I got nothing." And then they're mad. And so we said, if we try to, again, of course, through education, just make everyone aware. Throwing random elements into the generator, you'll lose your elements, right? And of course, we realized early on that was a failure on our part to really communicate, like right on the page, right on the staking page. We wanted to basically introduce like a warning, to let people know. We, of course, then, like I said, we then created so that when people did try that, they would at least come up with one garbage, right? And so we basically made it such that anybody showing up to the game that didn't know what they were doing would at least especially those first 600 people are going to come up with an NFT from that. And then hopefully once they're in the chat and they're realizing that, you know, what's the difference between these FTs and these NFTs. I actually early on wrote the unofficial noob guide, and I tried to really clearly spell out to people. I think right in the opening sentence was, you know, of the whole article was, don't go to the game and throw random things into the generator. Please read this if you're new to the game. And we really tried to share that in the chat as much as possible and tried to get the word out and really tried to educate people on the fact that you don't need to waste your elements in the generator. Use the recipes that are known, and try to come up with not only come up with elements, but come up with elements that still have the NFT available, so that you can not only have the fun of opening a pack and having a chance to get a super rare NFT, but then you're also going to be earning more ether by staking that NFT, which will give you more tries in the generator. And of course, you know,
Or
over
you end
time,
up with garbage, right?
yeah, well, by making garbage, if you had made a whole bunch of garbages when they were first available and you had those NFTs, you had the chance of, you know, opening a mythic garbage, right, and getting like, you know, tens of thousands of ether per hour, right, for that garbage, and then being able to then reinvest that ether into trying again, or go out on a limb and try to experiment and become an inventor, right? And so that it was always very like self-reinforcing of a positive feedback loop of you earn ether, you can create an NFT, you can now earn more ether, you can create more of more NFTs, and you know, so on and so forth.
Now, along those lines, let me jump in there. I did see a question roll through the chat, and you know, we did clear it in the proper channels here. So you know, talking about staking ether, we're gonna go ahead and say that Metaforce will be stakeable on our planet.
Absolutely.
The date is not known, so please don't go nutty harassing anyone for a date of when they will be stakeable. It you know, may not be right at drop. You know, they are very busy getting projects up there. But for people who are interested, you know, it's a huge step for us, and you know, you will be able to stake Metaforce at some point in the, you know, fairly near future here. So,
exactly.
And another point for the people watching is, can we still go now and make these two elements and get whitelisted for the upcoming sale, or is it now already done?
No, well, that the upcoming land sale, which is for the 29th, we took a snapshot. So that snapshot was taken, and the whitelist was created from that snapshot. That was about a week ago. But you know, for everybody who's watching this, who's just getting into the game or who didn't make the whitelist, you know, take that as a sign that, you know, maybe you might want to get involved, because maybe if you want to get involved with future pack drops or land sales, it might be a good idea to just go ahead and make sure you're an active player so that you'll be considered. Getting back to what Mars was saying, yeah, we got you guys on the list early. I've been excited about your guys' project from very early on. Obviously, you know, all the Upland guys, you know, you guys know I'm friends with Mars and IRL, so we know each other. So I've been following your guys' project since the very beginning, and I've been excited about it. And yeah, I've been you know, excited about what you guys are putting together. The fact that it's a, you know, a comic book with a real storyline has always and I've been of course impressed with the art, knowing that you guys you know, all the art is hand created, that you guys are, you know, it's all original. So yeah, I've been a huge fan of the project, and I know you guys have a huge following from the Upland. I know you guys are all Uplanders. I'm an Uplander too. I was in Upland actually really early on when it first launched.
yeah.
Of
You're the
course,
reason why I'm there, actually. You're actually the reason for a lot of the steps I took.
That's awesome.
The first public debut of McDuckin and Upix was played out of my phone at a pool party at his house. So there's a lot of monumental steps there. He introduced me to the Garbage Pail Kids, and hunkered down together with Ash Campbell, who's in the chat, for the BCH drop. So
oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. So Bonds is responsible for what you're looking at here, pretty much. So we'll lay that on his shoulders. But
yeah, man.
And not only that, Metaforce is a neighbor of our planet now in Uplift World. Since
we are right next to each other in that. I need to get my terminology right, if it's still the community cluster or not. I know there's been a lot changing there.
Well, there's two. I can explain that. There is two different community areas that put like X maps. One is called Genesis, the other one is called Gratitude. Genesis is in creative mode, and Gratitude is in survival mode. And there is London, which is also in survival, but there is mostly the land that gets people got free from the Genesis NFTs. And I believe our planet have their own whole maps there.
Nice,
But
yeah.
I think
I was
our friend
excited
can
to see us
explain
next
that
to
a
each
bit
other.
more, how it works.
Yeah, we have yeah, exactly, and that's another good point. We also are working with the Uplift Metaverse, as I know you guys are as well. We started building out our plot. We have a couple good volunteers. This dude Ark has been crushing it. But yeah, we have a bunch of volunteers, and my little one also is one of our builders. And yeah, we're gonna build this, like, we're gonna build some cool stuff there. And one of the things we're gonna build is like a giant tribute, sort of a museum of elements, sort of a, you know, a museum of for our planet, which is gonna basically have a shrine to each of the elements, and sort of have the you know, the recipes, and you know, the inventors, and you know, have a little shrine, sort of like, you know, a cross between the Baseball Hall of Fame and the Museum of Natural History, and sort of, you know, document you know, our planet from the beginning, and have sort of a plaque and a spot in the wall for every element that's been created.
I can't wait to see the garbage exhibit. It's going to be beautiful.
Trash.
Well, you know, we also made an NFT. One of the elements that can be created is shit. So it's actually the shit emoji that hasn't been discovered yet. So if anybody's, you know, really, you know, entrepreneurial and feeling lucky, try to create shit, because if you're the inventor of shit, then you could be like, you know, I'm the shit, you know.
Throw a couple million or a couple million ether at some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, very excited, you know, that Metaforce is going to be on there, that we, you know, continue to be tied to all these other communities even more closely through all the metaverses that we're now sworn to protect for all the citizens. You know, so
Exactly.
Amazing.
just excited to get this sale out there. How's it going over there, Upland? You've been pretty quiet. Let's check in with you, sir.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much. I have been following the Metaforce and Kansas City Bitcoin cryptocurrency. I've done many interviews with a lot of the creators, artists, 80K Original, and a little known fact, I used to own a comic book store in the 90s and all the way into the 2000s. And Diamond Distribution, Capital Distribution, they would have these telephone book-like catalogs that you would have to run through and order all these products, and seeing, you know, new highlights of comic books that were coming out. And as I had mentioned, if you haven't gone to wax.atomichub.io and taken a look at Metaforce and what they're doing, the art is really fantastic. It's really spectacular. The stickers that they've been putting out are just super top notch. The storyline behind what they're doing is incredibly inventive, and it's going to have a lot of story element depth to it with all the characters. I would encourage you guys to check this out. And I know that the packs are going to drop. I've talked to Courier and Mars. There is that interview out there if you want to learn about pack mechanics and how you can build. But they're doing some really daring things, and I think that even Mons can speak to this, that some of the opening of the packs, there is going to be a limited time where you can open those packs, and if you don't do so, those packs are, as I understand it, then those are just sealed. You can never open them again. So I may be wrong on that, and Mars can correct me if not, but there are some of those things that they're taking a step forward into, and the long form NFT that's coming up, so like an e-reader style for the comic books. I'm just really excited about it. I love comics. I love the artwork. I asked 80K Original in an interview, it's like, so how do you have this ability? How can you just think it and then it comes out from your hand onto the pen, onto the paper? And he's like, I don't know, it just comes to me. And so that's like so frustrating at one level to know that artists have that frenetic ability, that eye to be able to do that. But we're super appreciative of it. We love that you guys are putting this into story, a real pulp comic book. This just isn't NFT, guys. There is going to be a real pulp comic that you can actually purchase, collect. So I'm extremely eager to learn more about all the characters. The bad guy drop that we just got recently, the boss. I mean, again, the artwork on this is incredibly creative, and I applaud you guys for the hard work that you put into this. So yeah,
thanks, Uplando. Yeah, the boss is a mysterious character on purpose, so there's going to be a lot to learn with him. We won't put it too much more out there, but there are some hidden Easter eggs in the series regarding him for our old school noir detectives out there, if they want to find them. Wink, wink, nod, nod, Uplando. But yeah, going back to the mechanics of our project too, they're not the same elements as our planet, but there is a crafting element to the card series that's coming out on Saturday, and so you do want to be up to speed by the time the packs open. So the drop is at noon Eastern, and then we'll be able to open packs at 2. But it's a lateral crafting that follows the story, so we'll use myself as the example, because why not. So you'll have to pick up the the Mars Utah Citizen card, my beloved Pantheon, which actually dropped today on MetaForceComics.io, the free sticker of the Pantheon, and then the Essence, which is the key to the whole storyline. And you burn those 3 together of the same rarity to create that champion that citizen turns into. And those are not gonna come in the packs, so that's the only way to acquire them. So you're gonna want to know this and be ready to roll when packs open. This is Metaforce week. I think probably as we get a little farther in the week, I may carve out a little segment called Story Time with Uncle Mars, and maybe even read you a little Metaforce backstory to get you up to speed on what characters go with what alters and everything else. But yeah, and then there is the controversial element with the packs, that is kind of a long view on when you have to worry about that, but you have a year to open the pack, and then the pack will lock, and you will not be able to get those cards. You'll just have yourself the image of that pack with the mint number, so that the dreaded infinity symbol will go away in a year, and you'll know what you're holding. So that is a different wrinkle that we've thrown in here, and then I know Rick Courier did a lot of work on that, so we gotta make sure we give him enough credit. The other parts of the team is, T. Davis has been working hard on the website, so make sure we give everybody their proper shout outs here. Now we have our guy Left House, who's with the official title, Executive Reality Bender. So he's going to be warping your mind throughout the Metaforce projects here.
That's right. Lots of juicy visuals coming. Like it's a comic book, but there'll potentially be like rare versions of it that won't be like animated versions of the storylines and stuff like that, or animated elements might show up in the original storyline as well too. So we got some interesting plans ahead.
Yes, yeah, looking to get real creative when we get to the long form NFT. Possibly animated cells and all sorts of very cool things to look out for there.
Who doesn't want to see Mars Utah at a kindergarten classroom that is from the Metaforce, and it's literally like a pop-up, right? And the pop-up book. I don't want to start creating things here, but I know the team is got the talent enough to do it, and yeah, that would be really fun. I would love to see an outtake of the kindergarten roundtable with Mars.
Scratch and sniff, pop up, everything. Yeah, I like the pop up. You're talking my language.
Yeah, I'll have to do no scratch and sniff Vegas edition though. We'll skip that one.
Fair enough.
Well, what do you guys think? To set off Metaforce week here, do we have any Metaforce goodies we can put on the wheel?
Yes, we definitely have some stickers to give away, and like I said, through Red Planet, we actually have a piece of artwork from ADK Original that probably been around for probably 5 months now. It's actually one of the main inspirations on the storyline for the Mars Utah character in Metaforce. So not a direct Metaforce piece, but I did find this in the back catalog and decided to mint it and give it away this week. And there is only going to be my beloved 13 mints of this. So there is a hard number on it. So we'll probably give away one a day here this week, or maybe a little more. And then a bunch of Metaforce stickers.
Very nice. Very nice. Let me gather these names here on the list and put them on the board. And we will spin.
Yeah, so let's see. We'll keep it interesting. First up, we'll drop one of the new boss stickers because I know everybody's hot and excited about him.
Yeah, and Mars, somebody said in the chat, ZA Zodg said they'd love to see Baby Mars, Utah. I mean, there could be some time travel, and there's Baby Mars. I think that could be super cool.
Yeah, we could get into that, and I see my guy Left grinning over there, because if anyone wants one of those, all you have to do is go to Atomic Hub and track down the pieces that were given out in relation to our New Year's Eve special. And there is a whole lot of New Year's Baby Left and New Year's Baby Mars running around in diapers already.
Oh, yeah, I'm still sitting on a couple of them, I think. So if anybody's looking for one, hit me up.
Yes, yeah, and you might want to be careful. You want to make sure you look at that in short sequences, because you will get mesmerized by the very black and alluring nipples of Left House, Baby Left House in those. They will stare right into your soul, so be careful.
The same nipples that Lefty has in the Rabbit Hole series.
Yes, yeah, they're very pronounced. They look you right in the eye.
And speaking about that, there was some talk of the comic book bulge. I think that you guys have figured out how to kind of move around that. There's still some of that there. We wanted some of the people on the chat wanted to know, when does this all drop? When are these packs available?
The packs are available this Saturday, May 1st, 12 noon Eastern. So what's that? I believe it's 16 UTC, if I just did that correctly. So on Saturday, and then 2 hours later, the packs will be able to open, and that's when the crafting will begin. So that way, if there is any kind of delay with acquiring the packs, you're not still trying to buy packs when other people are able to craft the champions. So
you guys gonna be doing
coming
anything
Saturday
live to be doing that? Are you going to open some packs live? Can we expect that from Left House? Oh, he's shaking his head. Yes,
probably.
Yes, yeah, I expect we'll probably be here about 1:30 Eastern to follow the sale times. So we'll get in, and then when that 2 o'clock mark hits, we'll start crafting with everyone else, because I'm just as excited as everybody, see this come to fruition and be able to play with our own toys.
Mars, another thing about the packs is I heard a video from Recruiter talking about the mint numbers. That the first packs will not have the first mint number. It will start from number 2. And after a certain point, then the number 1 will pop out. How does this work?
Yeah. So there are 3 pools of cards technically, and the first pool does start with number 2. Because of the crafting element, and we've talked on this show before about some of the things that have happened in other communities. I know one of the very important Crypto Monkey number 19 mints was burned, and that broke some hearts. So because of those lessons learned, we've made a decision to try to preserve those number 1s the best we can. And so the first pool will be from 2, until that point where we switch over to the second pool. They're both pre-minted, but the number 1s will go into that, that second pool. And then by the time we get to the third pool at the end, those are mint on demand. So that's the way that's set up. So because of the crafting element, the last thing we wanted to do was to have someone race to make number 1 mint of a champion and burn a number 1 citizen or an altar. So that's the point of that there.
Yeah, and you never know, somebody may be able to in the future take a ride in the Hell Camino. So if you haven't seen all these amazing things, get over to wax.atomichub.io, Metaforce, check it out. There's a lot of stickers there. There's the Hell Camino, all the characters, both the citizens and the champions. It's really amazing art, and I cannot wait, because I'm going to be cracking packs as well, hoping to pull some great things. Are we ready to spin? Do we got some wheel?
Yeah, I think so. It's a little different.
We all right, Em?
than we're used to. Oh yeah, 1 second here.
But Yeah, no, I'm with you there, Uplando. It's it's just very exciting to get them cracked open, and
So you were talking to me, or I kind of had a technical difficulty here.
Emmett, we're going to spin some wheel. I think that Emmett's going to get us started.
Yeah,
on the
I'm just getting us sorted here. I think I got us ready to go.
And if you haven't dropped your .wham in, it's the doc or the pin document is still at the top. Is that right, Emmett?
Yes. I got all the names on the board here now. They're just, it's a different looking wheel. Are you guys seeing it yet or no? Let me bring it up.
Hidden behind the Zoom.
All right, here we go. So we have a.
What I can see.
You need to move. I think we need to move us. Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, look at you. Very circus feel.
Right? You can't really see the names, can you? But they're on there.
Yeah.
I did a test spin, so.
I think you're doing a good job, even though, your lovely brother's sitting there with a very judgy look on his face as you muddle through this prize giving.
Well,
and before we get into the prizes, guys, one thing I want to answer a few questions before we start spinning that wheel. Number one, is Metaforce available with wax and fiat, or is it just wax and just on Atomic Hub?
It is just wax and just on Atomic Hub. The sale is there. And also, an important part, the Metafusion, mechanic, which is how you burn the cards to create the champion, is going to be hosted right on Atomic Hub as well. So you'll be able to do it all right there on opening day.
Awesome. So that answers some of the questions out there. So thank you for those questions. I think that was Matthias that had written in. I think people are ready for some spins, some prizes, some giveaways.
I just started some Tuxo, yeah. Hopefully you guys are hearing the Tuxo wheel spinning music as we get into
so we'll go for a boss here to start for sure.
All right. Are you gonna keep track of these, Mars?
That feels right.
Yeah. I'll write them down and send them out as soon as we get off air here.
Awesome. Well, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. First spin of Metaforce Week, and we spin!
The survey says... Oh, wrong game show.
MD3QY.wham. You are our first winner of Metaforce Week.
Yes. Nice new boss stickers. Why don't we go? We'll give away another boss here. We'll go with 10 spins for the people today. It is Metaforce Week, so might as well come powerful.
That's right. Amazing. All right.
Well, that word wasn't what I shot for, but we'll go with it.
Let's do another boss, and the wheel spins.
Spin it.
Yes.
Interesting wheel. I like this wheel.
You stay. USTAY.wham. George Michael.
Yes, You Stay by George Michael.
It's a new album. It's his NFT album he's going to release.
Yeah, Bonds, I don't know if you know this part of our logo, but we have just changed the .wham into George Michael from the Wham days. So that's
Nice.
what that's all about.
Oh, I get it. Yep.
We want to wake you up before you go.
There you go. Yep. I like it.
I hear that's Boz's karaoke go-to is Wham songs. Is that true? Is that could you get that up there?
I like the 80s stuff. I'm an 80s. I grew up in the 80s. So yeah, man, I'm all about it.
And we may have to officially answer that question on Saturday because we are getting the Red Planet folks together for an actual real life, real person little get together for the opening. And that is going to be at the Red Planet headquarters / music studio.
Yes.
And, Ashley Campbell in the chat has been known to break it down pretty hardcore in there. So we get to some karaokeing, so we might have to get Bonds on the spot.
I'm all about it.
All right, let's get another roll here.
All right, are we going for another boss man?
Yeah, we'll do another boss and then we'll switch it up.
All right. Spinning the wheel. .NNR.wham. Congratulations. It's a new one. I haven't seen that one before, I don't think.
Music's a little hot in it. I think we're getting a report back that it's just a tiny bit hot. That's okay. We like it loud. I mean, that's how we
Down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if it's too loud, you're too old, right? Or maybe you don't know what I'm talking about and I'm too old.
Yeah, one or the other.
All right, we're gonna switch over to a sticker that's been out for a little while, but definitely one of my favorites. Every time I look at the posture on this fella, it just makes me smile. So we'll throw out a scam artist here.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
He has a special hatred for someone in this chat.
Spinning the wheel for the first scam artist.
Oh, hate that guy.
NHQQY.wham, you are our winner of the scam artist.
Yes.
Congratulations, that sneaky little scam artist.
Scam artist. God, scam artist. Question came in, Mars, Utah. The question is, if one took a Mars, Utah mask off, what would be underneath? Would it just be another mask and another mask, a Russian doll?
Yes, yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. It just gets a little smaller. You know, if you just keep going, it'll end up like that waiting room scene from Beetlejuice, and nobody wants that.
Oh, God. With the little dust that is sprinkled on the head. I love that part.
That's why we have the doctor, though. The doctor can fix that. So I say we just keep going, hit the wheel. The doctor can fix that. And let's do
By
it.
the way, Tuxo is with us.
Yes.
Yes, the man, the myth, the legend.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's see with the wheel, we'll stay with some of the dreaded evildoers that are just after the metaverse for some reason or another. So we'll go with, you know, the one that you know everyone hates when it comes to drop time of any sort. Kill a whale. Just throwing those bags around.
Spinning the wheel for the killer whale.
Dilla.
YQ4B4.wham, you are the winner. Killer whale. Congratulations.
Let's see, why don't we go along with one of the red tapers? You know, he's a fella that just loves to bog down and ruin any good project out there in the crypto world. Watch out for him.
Spinning the wheel for red taper. Claw, you've done it again.
Oh man, is that Jones? We know that one.
I feel like there's no over the lines on this wheel. It's always a definitive.
Oh, it's a very gray area. All right, so what do we have left here? Why don't we go with a Magisto in honor of Kitty?
All right, spinning for a Vegas Magisto. There's an over the line right there. KRIBA.wham.
Reba McIntyre. George Michael. Okay, so we're gonna switch it up here for these last two. I mean, why not? We'll go with a war drop here.
All right, spinning for a war drop. Now the wheel spins. Now. Hey, K4A.wham. Congratulations. War drop coming at you.
All right. And we'll go with one of the Mars, Utah stickers here before we get into the last one, which is a special gift titled Wrath of Zeus.
All right, spinning for a
This
Mars.
one's going to be the Mars, Utah. Still feel weird talking about myself in third person when I'm a chick.
QAPRG.wham. You just won yourself a Mars.
Congratulations. Hey, and they want to know what the song is. Can you give us an idea of who the artist is behind this video?
Oh, this is what's been playing for the last 2 weeks, I think, since Tuxo was on the show. Gotta have him back. He's an amazing one-man band traveling the world sharing his vibes. And he's in the chat right now as well, I bet, if you want to say hello.
Yes. Now, are you able to give me screen sharing capability?
Excuse me, he says the name of the song is the Upland Action News Wheel Spin theme song.
Yes.
That's now officially the name from Tuxo himself.
I like that. That's catchy. It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah, Mars,
Yeah.
you should be good to go.
All right, so let me give you a peek here of this this new piece that kind of has to do with the Mars Utah war drop backstory lore of Mount Olympus.
Zoom, man.
What's that?
I think you got to bring the zoom up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you for that reminder.
All right. Let's see if we're getting it here.
Let me make you a little bigger.
So we've got the mighty Zeus appearing and raining down over my beloved Mount Olympus here.
Yeah.
This is one of the original pieces that was whipped up by Red Planet Art when we were originally starting to explore the concepts that ended up falling behind Metaforce here. So this one's been hanging out in the back catalog, so we figured we'd mint 13 of these to give away during Metaforce week here.
Very nice.
So, and we are going to raffle off number 5 today is going to be on the wheel, and number 1 will go on the wheel on Friday.
All right.
Wonderful.
You heard that. Number 1 on Friday. Mint number 1, Zeus. Should we spin?
We should spin, yes. Yep, just wanted to give the people a look at that one. I'm bouncing the screen back over to you here.
Awesome. Yeah, that looked great.
All right.
All right, here we go. Spinning for Zeus. Exclusive drop. Ooh, IP3AW.wham.
IP freely?
IP freely daily.
I've seen that RAM address on here many times before, so congratulations for that. That's awesome. And I tell you what, think about this. If you've seen that war drop character and you've seen some of these villains like Killer Whale and some of the other characters, imagine what they're going to be able to do with 80K original and some of the fights that they're going to have, some of the scruffs that they're going to get into. It's going to be amazing. And when you actually get to animated parts of that or the long form NFT, this is going to be cool, folks.
Yes, yeah, thank you, Upland. Looking forward to it, and on my side also, I'm looking forward to getting to write the dialogue and pack in some of our patented Upland Action News style humor as well in there. So it's looking forward to it. I know we're going to be traveling through the metaverses, and one of our planned stops that I'm sure is going to have some evildoer is going to be looking to mess up something with this Our Planet expansion to other worlds here. So I'm assuming we may be sitting here with a possible future member of the Metaforce or two. So we'll see what happens here.
Very good stuff.
Are we certain that the scam artist is not Uplando? Because
we are not certain. We are not certain of that.
I am not certain of that.
Really? That's a call out right there, brother.
Yeah, I mean,
you might. I don't know. You look at scam artists, and I don't know.
All right.
I cannot confirm nor deny that. That's interesting.
Here's the thing, the Uplando needs to get down to the bottom of what this Metaforce thing has got going on. I mean, there's some things over there that are very questionable, and I want to get down to the bottom of this and find out who's behind this mask. Okay, we don't know who the real Mars Utah is. We he could be playing both sides here. We got Left House over there doing some things. Melgisto. I mean, there could be some. We got to uncover some things here. We got to get into the bottom of this.
Yes, you're right. The deeper we get into the story, the more mystery there will be. That's for sure, and that is built in on a lot of different levels. So. Yeah, a lot to be uncovered here, but we're looking forward to work with any kind of crossover that we can, and work with all these different metaverses, and just get as creative as possible, and just have fun with the whole Wax community.
Definitely very exciting. Looking at the time here, should we head to the after party, guys? Any parting words?
Well, I'll just jump in first. I'll just jump in first, and thanks Bonds for coming in. It's always fun to have him here, since he's a IRL friend, and drop a lot of good information ahead of the pack drop, and also confirm that Metaforce will be stakeable at some point in the not too distant future here. So I will repeat.
Absolutely, man.
I will
appreciate it.
A lot of great info.
Please do not please do not harass my man in the Telegram about what date that will be.
Yes, we'll appreciate our chat not being flooded with questions asking when staking. But yes, I will confirm you guys were early on the list. We got you on there from early on, and we've been following your project, so we're excited about it. We're definitely going to get you guys on there. And yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. You guys can invite me back whenever. I have a blast hanging out with you guys, and
Awesome.
yeah, I'm excited for you guys' launch. Good luck and congrats ahead of time. And I'll be looking forward to being at the official launch party at the Red Planet headquarters.
Yes, yeah. So we'll see you that day, hopefully on screen, and get the crafting and having some fun. So
looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Definitely. Thanks, Bonds.
Thanks, guys.
Uplando, you have any parting words?
Guys, I'm just so excited about this whole project, and to even be just a part of it in the interviews and some of the other things that might come about it, and having Bonds on. This has been amazing. I can't express enough, again, the quality of the artwork and what they're doing with the storyline and how thought out it is, and how much work and effort that they put into this. If you want to be a part of this, if you want to participate in this first series, these first packs are going to be open, head over to wax.atomichub.io, get yourself some wax, get ready, because these packs are going to go. We're going to be crafting live. I know the guys are going to be crafting live, and the doctor's going to be in the lab. He'll be doing some crafting as well. So for everyone at the Upland Action News, thanks for having me, and for Bonds and all your projects and what you guys do on our planet. Thanks so much for joining us. And I didn't know the backstory. A lot of people said they didn't even know what the backstory was, that they were crafting masks and all the critters. That was new information. So that was a cool reveal. Even though it was probably out there for us all to take in, that was very cool. So thanks, guys.
Definitely. Love having you. Doc?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Bonds for being a good sport and answering all those questions. It's been amazing. Thank you for coming on the show. I definitely want to bring him back on. And I love the project as well. Can't wait to see the Metaforce stickers there. If anybody harass him, I'll go after him. Be afraid of the coming after me.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll be coming to you if anybody shows up asking. I'm gonna send them to you.
Please do. I have some nice tools back in the lab for them.
Yeah, the doctor working the door.
Yeah, I have some experiments to make as well, so I might need some hamsters for that.
Well, you guys did a great show. I'm proud of you from Vegas. I'm sitting here monitoring A+. A+.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And I'm very excited for tomorrow as well and the day after. Hopefully you're back. And
yeah, I'll be back Wednesday. I'll probably be traveling tomorrow while the show is happening. So I'll miss you guys tomorrow, but I'll be back Wednesday, Friday.
Very, very proud of you, Emmett. It took off. You're just flying on your own. You spread your wings here without brother. It's just amazing to see.
That's right. This all needs to happen anyways, because Left House Crypto is going to be running some shows. There's going to be some shows added here to the Upland Action News channel. So thank you guys for sticking with me and by my side for running this thing, definitely. And we will return tomorrow. Do we have anybody with us tomorrow, Doc? Do you know, or is it a surprise?
Yes, our friends from NFT Art Museum are coming tomorrow.
Awesome.
To talk about some nice excitement things that they're working on.
Cool.
As well. And of course, Wednesday is Doctor Who Wednesday. Don't forget about that. Fridays, as always, we have the monkeys as well on Metaforce this week. So there are a lot of things coming up.
Definitely. Metaforce week is upon us. Babies, ladies, and gentlemen, thank you all for joining and being here. And we will see you all in the Metaverse.
And the after party.
And the after party first. Thanks, Doc.
You're welcome.
All right, we did it.
Nice show, guys.
Man, thank you, Bond. You dropped so much great info, dude. That was awesome. I was just listening away, dude.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
right on, man. Quick note.
They can still hear us, by the
They
way.
can still hear us.
We're
Bones.
live right now.
Oh, we're all still live.
We're
Okay,
over-
cool. Well,
We're
I'll
over
let
the
you guys
outro,
run.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys.
Private.
You can hear
Awesome.
you can hear the special backroom chatter during the theme song. They like to do weird stuff during the outro.
It's almost out here.
Reveal
They like
secrets.
to whisper odd things during the outro.
Don't say one.
And we're out.
All right.